Yo, what's good, real ones? It's Lavon. Welcome back, and I'm here to drop another gem on y'all today. You know how it goes. I just come through and drop gems. You should be used to it by this point, unless you're new here. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe to your boy. There's a button down below. You know where it's at. You know how this goes. Like, this ain't new information. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Today, I want to talk to you about why I left social media. I guess I haven't completely left. I'm still on Facebook technically. I still have a profile. I still have an Instagram profile. But I significantly decreased my usage over the years. And I think I should start by saying that, at one point I was an avid user of Snapchat, especially. But like Facebook, when that was a thing, when that was at the peak, I was on there a lot. I think I didn't have a phone back then, so that was my main way of like communicating with people. So, but Snapchat was the app when I realized that I needed to take a break, to step away. And I'm not one of those people that think, social media is the freaking root of all evil, and that's why society's where it's at today because of social media. Everything's to blame on social media. I kind of talked on this in a video before. Like, my thing is, I think individuals are the main problem with the world. And social media is not a byproduct per se, but it's like the conduit or the catalyst that has helped perpetuate some of people's negative habits and tendencies. It's made negativity more accessible for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And well, I'll tell my reason for saying that in a second. But I initially left. I deleted my Snapchat. I want to say maybe like 3-4 years ago. Dang, I've been off for a minute. Which is crazy to think about because I used to be like all in on stories and freaking streaks. The whole shebang. I was in it. Like, that stuff really mattered to me, and it's crazy. It really is crazy to think about, being in that headspace. But I know a lot of people are still there, like it was bad to the point that I remember being upset with somebody that was clearly, like, it was this girl I was talking to. She was clearly showing, she was interested in me or whatnot. But, this is so goofy to think about, man. But I remember like getting upset at her because she broke our streak. We were on like maybe over 100 days, Something that doesn't even matter. Like, this girl is actually, showing me love and all that in person. But I'm over here upset about a freaking streak breaking. Like, I think that was the starting point when I realized, yeah, something is wrong here and something needs to change immediately. And I remember like just thinking back to my time on Facebook, just how much information I was putting out online that probably didn't need to be there. I guess to be fair, you can make the same argument for what I'm doing now, but I think it's a little different. You feel me? Here, it's like I'm trying to help people, and then it was more so like, okay, my problems are becoming overwhelming for me. I don't know how to handle them. Let me go try to get input from other people, or it was attention seeking. Then definitely, for sure. But when I definitively came to the point where I'm like, yeah, Snapchat needs to go. I need to cut back on my social media consumption or usage, was when it clicked in my brain, like how much I was seeking external validation through those apps. Is my mic on? Okay, yo, I was about to be so I was about to be livid. Not really, I would just start it over. This is actually my second time attempting this video. Before my freaking, I got like 5 minutes in and I didn't know that my phone was out of storage, and so it cut like the last 10-15 minutes of the video off. But here we are. It's all good. You would have never known unless I told you. I realized how much validation I was seeking on Snapchat. Like anytime I post a story, you know, all I was focused on was scrolling through and being like, all right, who saw my story? Who watched this? Who watched that? Who seen, like, just, and that wasn't sitting right with me. And clearly I had been in that state for a long time, but whatever problems that it might have been bringing me, or not bringing me per se, but I was oblivious to what I was, you know, struggling with, or that, you know, I was just blind to my validation seeking tendencies, right? And that goes to the point that I wanted to tie into, like, social media not being the problem inherently. It's really just people. Like, Snapchat didn't give me that insecurity. It didn't make me someone that seeks validation. It was simply the catalyst. It was a platform which, you know, which my own characteristics, my own tendencies, my own nature was just being portrayed through that medium, right? So that was just a connection I wanted to make there. So I ultimately stepped back. At that point, I had realized, and this is how you know it was bad. I remember, like, the last post that I made, it was like 3 different, like, mini paragraphs over a picture that I took. It was basically an explanation. It was an explanation for why I was leaving the app. You know, I was telling people, like, yeah, all right, I'm stepping back from social media. It's not healthy. I'm leaving Facebook. Instead of just getting up and going, instead of just deleting the app, like, off rip. Once I realized that for myself, I had to put it out there for people to see. Who cares? Who cares that I'm about to be leaving? Oh, I need to know. Somebody come try to stop me. Like I joke, I kid now, but that was literally the the state of mind that I was in, you know? And, you know, if I was there, then I know for sure other people are, especially with things like TikTok and how much focus has been drawn towards, like, gaining clout seeking, you know, and just notoriety and attention from other people. How much focus has been, you know, put on that kind of stuff, and how easy and sporadic it can be. You know what I'm saying? I can see how that could be addicting and whatnot for people. I think, you know, stepping away from Snapchat then, that was probably like one of the best, I wouldn't say the best, but it was, there have been no drawbacks, I'll say that much. There haven't been any negatives from me leaving that platform. And I mean, and honestly, like, our brains only have so much capacity for things they can focus on. So if my attention is on that person and this person and what they think about me, and, you know, that's essentially limiting the energy, the um, the capacity or whatever that I have to focus on myself. You know what I'm saying? Because my attention is on all these other people and in all these different places. And there's a finite amount of mental capacity that we all have. So I say that to say, it was definitely good in that regard, beneficial in that regard, and that eventually what are you saying? That eventually led to me, um, pretty much like not even being on Facebook. There was a point in time too when like my birthday would roll around. I'm looking through all the comments to see who wished me a happy birthday, and just all this unhealthy behavior. And yeah, so I on Facebook I like went through. I probably had around like 1,000 friends or something. Friends on Facebook, and I went through. I deleted everybody that was like irrelevant to my life. Just people I picked up and added along, throughout the years. I dwindled it down to like 100, which is probably still more than I need to have in there, but I don't even use the app for real, so it doesn't matter. I think the only reason I didn't delete Facebook too was, there's just so many pictures on there. I occasionally like to look back through just memories because I've been on there the longest. But yeah, man, definitely would suggest, would advise stepping back a bit just to not have. There's many reasons to consider stepping back a bit, just to one be more focused on yourself, because that's where like most of our problems lie. I don't know if you've ever like read through comment sections on Facebook when people get triggered and they're like putting all their opinions out there and trying to. You're not making any difference. You're just not expanding. You're wasting your energy, basically, like doing stuff like that. So, reason one would be just to focus back, bring the focus back to you, and then also if you were in the similar boat as me, where you're seeking validation from other people, just to help eliminate that habit, that tendency that you may have. And if you're doing it on Facebook, there's probably other areas. On social media in general, there's probably other areas where in your life, in person, where you're exhibiting the same kind of behavior. And then also, it frees up time. I know. I don't know people, but I know it is a thing to like spend hours on social media, like scrolling, like freeing up time. You know what I'm saying? There's just various reasons that I would advise. Do you live your life? But I strongly suggest pulling back a bit. And what I do, like, I'm still on Instagram, but like I really just like I don't even watch people's stories anymore. It's just like motivational stuff. It's mainly a bodybuilding, just looking at. Pause, but I got some new things. Hey yo, now, like looking at just physique, like just a nice sculpted body. You know what I'm saying? It's just motivating. It's inspiring for me. When I'm in the gym and outside the gym. Just knowing that like these people have done it, I got something to work towards. So, honestly, I even had to I even had to get rid of some friends that actually, like, actual friends that I have on social media. I deleted them there. Like, we're still cool in real life, but I had to realize in myself that looking at their stories and watching their content, I was making comparisons and whatnot. Like, oh yeah, they're traveling, they're doing this, that, the third, and and I'm not right now. You know what I'm saying? So even though I'm still cool with those people, like, what became paramount was and is my mental state. You know what I'm saying? And anything that was taken or is taken away from the the overall health, the overall stability of my mental state, has to it must be eradicated. It must be eliminated, annihilated, removed, exiled from my mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's my video. Homework, I'd say, is I challenge you to, I don't know, get like a notebook, some paper or something, and just mark down. Like, put a tally mark for every time you pick up your phone and you get on a freaking, one of them platforms. And just so you have like visual and tangible awareness of how much you are using those things. And I guess, like, to be fair, I'm not perfect, because even though I don't use those major platforms, like, I'm a sucker for YouTube. I always have been. And I watch a lot of YouTube content, so I guess mine has just been somewhere else. But that's something I could work on cutting back on. So I'll do the same. I'll tally anytime I open the app, just for some frivolous reason that's not necessary. Because I learn a lot on there too. But yeah, just do that. That's your homework, and maybe just write like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Ugh. I've never even touched that freaking app. I wouldn't touch it with the fucking 10-foot pole. I could have done so much better. Yeah, I feel like that's just a freaking a cesspool of content. I don't know. I don't see the appeal. I'm sure there's good stuff on there, but even if you like watch the Social Experiment or whatever that documentary is on Netflix, I think that's probably a time where I became aware too that yeah, this probably isn't great. Highly recommend that documentary. And I was watching something too about how, like, China is, TikTok is a Chinese owned company, and like the version of TikTok that they get over there in China is completely different. Like, it's the same app, but what's advertised, what's perpetuated on the site and gets clicked on and viewed the most isn't freaking degenerative content. You know what I'm saying? It's more like inspiring, artful, just less mind-numbing stuff, from my understanding. I could do more research though. Anyhow, y'all take it easy. Have a beautiful day, and be good to the people around you. Take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. Deuces. Now, before this video ends, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm now streaming over on Twitch at V_DZ94. That's my old tag. So if you just want to come through, vibe out, chill, while you wash the dishes or do some chores or do some homework, like, it'll be a good time. It's chill. It's a vibe. Come through, support your boy, and I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Deuces. Have a beautiful day.